All right, guys, welcome to Fourth and Average. I'm your host, Chris. We're here with Cody and Prevo, our normal hosts here, and we're just going to get two divisions done, I think, in one podcast. So, um, I do have an icebreaker before we get started. We're going to talk about the AFC South and the North. But first, if you had to build the perfect quarterback, taking we'll say their head or IQ, their torso, arm, legs, and feet, whatever else you want to
Why
add.
are we picking the torso?
Hey, hey, you never
Patrick
know.
Mahomes.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes torso. But I mean, I'll go ahead and start just to give an example. Like I would say Peyton Manning's IQ and pre-read on defenses. I
Joe
would
Milton's
say,
arm.
yeah, absolutely. Well,
I didn't
okay,
say
Joe,
accuracy. I said
that's
arm.
true. Joe Milton's arm strength, and then I would have to put,
Drew Brees' accuracy.
yeah. Cam Newton, I feel like for overall size, that's what I would put that, but with Lamar Jackson speed.
Yeah,
That
you
would be
have to have
my
Lamar Jackson's rushing in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson is basically the speed, but
Can we
all
do
of
like
that.
Josh Allen's torso for toughness? Let's go, Josh.
Yeah, I mean,
There you
I would
go.
say that. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. But
And
what would
then
you
Eli
break it down?
Manning's beer guy.
In Eli Manning's Super Bowl consistency, it's what I would say.
Against
Only for
Tom Brady.
Yeah, if we're going up against Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, we got to put Eli Manning in there somehow. Eli Manning's dumb face when he throws an interception, but I don't know. I feel like that would be my quarterback. Any discrepancies y'all would put in there maybe, but
Now we basically just described Will Levis, so we can move on.
you know what?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not wrong, except for the accuracy and
Except for the good at
and
football
and
part.
winning and yeah, playing football. But you know what's funny about that too? We're making a quarterback and we don't even put the goat in there. Have you noticed? Like whenever somebody they'll post it on Instagram, whatever, and say this is what I would build for my perfect QB. But Tom Brady's name is never mentioned when throwing that in, except for or Tom Brady's competitiveness,
Tom
or
Brady's lower
something.
half.
Giselle wouldn't pick that.
Let me get that. Bro. But you don't need to pick it. You've been seeing what's picking it lately? You've been seeing that?
I haven't
Jeez.
seen that. I haven't seen that. But yeah, there we go. That's our quarterback. But we'll go ahead and start it off. Cody, if you want to lead us into the AFC South, who are we talking about first?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and start from team in fourth place, looking at Tennessee again,
Mm.
coming after the first overall pick, which I genuinely feel like might be the least talked about first overall pick in my lifetime
You're
in
not.
Cam Ward.
You're not wrong.
Like, there's nothing really going. I've heard more about Shador Sanders, who was a fifth round pick this year,
Yeah,
which we'll get into him in a little bit.
that is true.
But
Way more about Jackson
uh,
Dart as well.
Yeah,
they
I
did
mean,
lose what they lost Nick Westbrook-Akine, I was gonna say, like the touchdown merchant for half the year.
Mm.
So a lot more
yeah.
going on to Calvin Ridley this upcoming season with Cam Ward.
Which to be honest, I think that's actually better for Cam Ward having one
I
guy
agree.
that he's gonna that's always best for a rookie quarterback. I mean, if you're coming in first round selected quarterback, you're probably going into a bad team situation. So it's like you don't want to have a bunch of number ones basically, or people vying for the ball and everything. And
Or you don't want to have no established ones, like I would say, like it was in Green Bay
yeah,
before this draft.
correct. Yeah, I would say Cam Ward's in a good situation going in. I don't know. I feel like Cam Ward coming in having one of the highest ceiling or not ceilings, highest floors of a recent, quarterback draft in the first round, but we're just not hearing anything. I think he's going to be the best? No, I think we talked about this in the NFC East. I think Jackson Dart might have the highest ceiling, and I think he's starting to kind of prove that as far as the first round quarterback selected. But Cam Ward, I'm excited to see. That's about all I can say for excitedness about this Tennessee
Yeah.
Titans team. It's
It's
not.
like the floor has been raised slightly just off of, I would say, consistent quarterback play, and there is room to grow.
Yeah, I would say so as well. I think they had some pretty good additions on the defensive side and offensive line. I think that's going to help Cam Ward. I think when you pick up some of those key front guys to help protect him, get his feet underneath him, but he just stays so calm. It's almost like that's almost like a cherry on top. I feel like he would still be okay, even if he had a bad offensive line, which Miami didn't have the best offensive line last year for him. So, but he still stayed pretty cool and collected. I'd like him to get the ball out faster. He kind of had that same problem that Shador has
Yeah.
last year in college football, but I think he'll get rid of it. He seems to be a leader from all the clips I've seen too. I mean, he comes out and takes over the press conference and will tell it how it is and make guys also get to work. And it seems like they're respecting him, all like the good things coming out of that locker room. So it's going to be interesting. I expect them to finish last. I mean,
Mhm.
the Vrabel era has been done for a while now. And it's just, I don't see them really making a big leap. I think they'll probably, if anything, maybe play more competitive in the division itself. But outside of the division, I don't see a lot of wins coming their way. Let's just say that too. So
No.
yeah,
For sure. I agree.
but I don't know that over under for wins. What were there? Do we have a line on that? If anybody wants to look it up, Prevo, do you want to look that up for us real quick?
Well,
Just the line as far as over under, because that'd be interesting. Wait, hold
But I
on.
mean,
Guesses before you say it, before he says it.
I was
Over.
going to say 4.5. I feel like it maybe adds a win onto it, and that's not in any slight to Cam Ward. I just feel like that is the Tennessee roster as a whole. Just needs to be
Yeah,
upgraded. Us as Panthers fans, Prevo currently as a Saints fan, um, have been experiencing this where you recognize that you have a talented player at that position, and wins might not come early, and that's just because of the roster as a whole.
I think
Yahoo
if I'm
Sports
a
has them sitting 5.5.
Ooh,
Okay.
I think that's kind of high, but I mean, I think if I'm a Tennessee fan, I'm fine with 5 wins. I think if they, I know that's still under, but I think if I'm rooting for the Titans and we get 5 wins and Cam Ward plays pretty consistent, we know there's a future, and I'm okay with that. You're kind of, and that's what you're looking for as a fan of the Titans this year. You're kind of looking for almost, I mean, and going back to what Cody said, we know it very well as Panthers fans. You're just looking for improvement and inconsistent play from the young guys. Like you're looking for a future rather than looking for wins, and it's such a depressing season for that. But that's what it is,
Fox Sports has them over under 6.5. So I don't know. I don't know what.
dude.
Maybe it's just because it's Tennessee. There.
I say I would take that under if you could bet on that.
Yeah, if they could, yeah, if that's
Yeah.
an actual line, 6.5, take
You
it.
heard
Five
it.
and
You
a
heard
half,
it here first. Fox Sports 6.5.
yeah, absolutely. Take that under right there. That's free money, I think. But that'll kind of move us. I know that wasn't much, but again, kind of like we said, it's the Titans. Tyler Lockett's going to be a fun one to throw to.
That's going to
Mhm.
be weird seeing him in
Yeah.
a
I
different
don't like
jersey
it.
Yeah,
other
it
than
is.
Seattle.
I don't like it at all.
There's going to be a lot of those, I feel like, this year where you're going to see a player that had been with the team for like 5+ years
Dude,
wearing a
him and
jersey
DK
that's different for
Metcalf.
the first
I feel
time.
like DK Metcalf's gonna look weird in a Steelers
Yeah,
uniform.
I don't
but
know.
the
I feel
minute
like I'm going to like it. I feel like I'm going to like it the moment he gets like a go route just going down the
the
field.
Yeah.
moment he throws hands, it's gonna be like old time. So that's fine. It's
It's
gonna be
definitely a
like,
better
George
team
Pickens
for him to
never
be throwing
and
George
then
Pickens
as
just
well.
got roided up.
yeah, that's basically like if yeah, that's literally it. George Pickens just got on the roids, but that'll lead us into the Colts, and I think this is the most interesting team because of the current situation that's
Yeah.
happening with the quarterback.
This is
Plus,
the type of drama that Jerry Jones wants on the Cowboys right now.
for real, like here's my thing. We'll go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna rip the band-aid off this quarterback thing. I I don't think the Colts really have a quarterback this year at all. It's Daniel Jones that I mean, hope maybe he does better in a different scene and away from the New York media. I don't know. He's not good from everything I've seen. Anthony Richardson is also not good. And what makes me so angry is whenever like Anthony Richardson's agent is literally sitting here like, okay, we don't know what his future is going to be like. We don't know, he's lost all trust in the organization, yada yada yada. This is ridiculous. It's like, dude, he hasn't proved he can even play football like at all. Like
I
he
need him to
didn't.
throw within a 5 yard span.
Like
It
yeah,
can't
I.
just be all 20 yards downfield.
It's like Daniel Jones has at least proved he can win some games in the NFL. Anthony Richardson could barely even prove that at Florida. That man is just he just had insane arm talent and could run. That's basically it. He's so bad. Colts need a quarterback. I think actually, if we Titans fans, a good omen for you, nice silver lining is if the Colts really are that bad because they just don't have a quarterback. You can maybe end up finishing third. That's kind of how I feel about
Yeah,
it.
I can totally see
That
that happening.
I could
I
see
don't
it
think
too.
that's
Yeah.
far out at all.
Yeah, and that's why I'm kind of like I don't like the odds either. Like plus 340 compared
Is
to
way
plus
too.
700. Yeah, like
Yeah,
I'm putting like in my own head, I'm like plus 500 is where I would if I had to put a
right.
guess on it. Like plus seven,
Yeah.
if the Titans are plus seven, maybe the Colts aren't that far behind at plus probably 500. But
But I mean, you do look, you don't have a single negative odds team in this division, so that's probably part of it.
yeah, I mean, maybe they're putting stock in their defense getting a little better in the secondary.
Oh,
I
maybe.
mean,
With the upgrade with Cam Bynum, yeah. They got Travarius Ward from San Francisco.
yeah, and those are great, but what hand the ball off every time, and your defenses are gonna stack the box eight,
Yeah.
nine deep. Like Daniel Jones can't throw the ball, Anthony Richardson can't throw the ball. They're both gonna run because Daniel Jones is actually pretty dang fast. Like he's gonna get outside and scramble. So we're just gonna put a spy, contain, and stack the box with eight or plus, and yeah, that's how you beat the Colts. Make them throw it on you because they're not. You got pretty elite help now in the secondary. You're probably going to be fine as far as any teams going up against them if you have an above average player. But I don't know. Any other thoughts? Tyler Warren's pretty cool, but
I was gonna say that's another person that I'm like, I'm surprised I haven't heard more of.
yeah, especially with the draft night buzz, like the
Hmm.
thoughts that he was going to go top 10, the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Panthers, like that whole night, that everyone was like, maybe the Panthers here, maybe the Panthers here too. But
He's someone that I would say I'm excited for next season
Oh,
when
when
they
they
have
figure out the
when they
quarterback
draft
situation.
Arch Manning or Nuss
Yeah.
or Drew Aller or
Yeah.
something, yes,
Exactly.
yeah, I agree. I think y'all, you, and I hate that like the Colts though are always good enough to screw themselves though in the draft. Does that make sense? They always
Yes.
are like they're just good enough to not make the playoffs and draft 14th or something like 13th. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
outside the top 10, and that's why there hasn't been a lot of progress in my opinion about the Colts for the past how many years?
Ever
Five,
since the
6.
Andrew Luck situation, I feel like they have just
Yeah,
never
it's
been able to
been
find the guy, I feel like, in any role. They've
there.
found players, but they have not found
It's
the
almost like they're in the
X factor.
doldrums. They're just in the doldrums of this. They're out there. They
They're
have
in
the bow,
purgatory.
and they're just there's no wind selling. Yeah, they're in purgatory, and that's what they get for having Peyton Manning for all those years, and then Andrew Luck. Nobody can do that.
All right, so
That's
go ahead
illegal.
real quick. Guess the win line for this season for the Colts.
7.5 for
For
you.
you.
oh God. I mean, if Fox Sports is gonna be that generous, I mean, yeah, I'm going. Did you say 7.5?
I said
Yeah.
7.5.
Yeah, I'm going 7.5, dude. I don't want to give anything else.
FanDuel has it at 7.5.
Yeah, because well, you said I was trying to go off FanDuel too, because FanDuel said 5.5 for the Titans, and I was like, they can't be. Colts are right there, like seven
Yeah.
and a half. Both of these teams, I could see the Titans sneaking in 6 wins and the Colts getting 5. You know, that's
For
just going
sure.
to be third and fourth. So, um, all right, what's going to happen now? Because I have 2 children and I have not used the bathroom yet in a couple hours. I'm going to let Cody and Prevo take it away. No need to pause, but y'all talk about the Jaguars and Texans, and I'll be right back.
All right.
All right, so we're looking at the Jaguars
Yeah.
coming up in second right now at plus 290 on FanDuel.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like honestly they didn't really lose much on the offensive side of the ball outside of Evan Ingram.
I want to say
Uh,
Evan Ingram, yeah, but it took so long for production like last season. It's like, I don't know. It could be
I
worse,
I
I
feel
think.
like that could have been a product of Trevor Lawrence not really being healthy. I feel like for the
That could
majority
be,
of the
yeah.
season.
Yeah,
Um,
all around he looked bad, but I don't know. I don't think, Christian Kirk didn't really do much of his thing. But
no,
I
but
think
I
that's
feel like
interesting. They got De'Ami Brown. I think that's going to be fun to watch
yeah,
because he's
I feel
going to
like
bring a
they
little bit
upgraded at the
more.
position as a whole because
Yeah.
not only releasing or not releasing trading Christian Kirk,
Hmm.
but also drafting Travis Hunter with the thought of him
Right.
being the first team wide receiver.
Hmm.
I feel like pairing him with Brian Thomas is actually going to make the weapons on this team look really good,
Hmm.
but the offensive line could definitely struggle, I feel like,
Yeah,
giving
that's true.
Trevor the time he needs in the pocket.
Right. I think BTJ is going to be really fun to watch this year too. I have him on one of my fantasy teams, so I'm
For sure.
hoping he goes crazy.
No, I haven't been able to draft anybody yet going into the season. I'm looking forward to that this week too. Um, But no, as far as like the keys, I would say for Jacksonville being able to win the division this year, I had said just Trevor Lawrence taking that next step like he should have whenever he came out of Clemson. He was viewed as the perfect prospect,
Mhm.
the luscious hair, all that.
Yeah.
And while the defense, they need to play up to their draft positions because I had checked into it earlier. They have at least, I believe, 15 players on the defensive side of the ball that was top 100 picks.
Oh wow.
And they have not finished, I believe, in the top 10 in the past 3 seasons as far as defensive fantasy points.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So that's something that they need to get immediate production out of those players to justify where they were selected.
Yeah, that's wild. I mean, it doesn't really matter how many weapons you have on offense if you can't stop a team. I mean, it is a like poop bowl of a division, but I mean, I don't know. Teams are
It
still
really
going
is
to
like you had
score.
pointed out, like all the teams are plus odds going into the
Right.
year. And then with Houston, they're being the closest one to being automatic winners of the division. But I honestly feel like them and Jacksonville have fairly similar problems where they have the outside parts of the team set
Mhm.
up with the skill position players, but
Yeah.
on the inside, on the interior of the offensive line, as well as losing Laramie Tunsil, there's now massive holes up front. But I feel like people are a lot higher on Houston because we've seen it more with Stroud,
Right.
even though it's been a lesser amount of time.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, I do think, I don't know. I do think it's the Texans' division to lose, but hopefully it is a little fight the whole way. I think that'd be fun to see. I mean, it's nobody super special, but I think seeing them go at it would be fun.
For sure. I could honestly see this division this year being each team getting 2 wins, like from each game, like each team going
Mm,
1-1
yeah, yeah,
against each
yeah,
other. I could 100% see that.
yeah.
Are we just talking about like kind of combining the Jacksonville Jaguars and Texans kind of into one?
And
So we
basically,
kind of
it's up to
transitioned
Yeah.
from that to yeah.
Can we
the
talk
Colts to
about
play Wedding Crashers.
where do we rank Trevor Lawrence? Because I feel like the Jacksonville Jaguars' success, just like whenever they had a pretty decent run in the playoffs with Trevor Lawrence, I feel like it depends on Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
like where do you rank him though as far as quarterbacks? I can't ever read that man.
I can't either because I feel like there is games where he shows he could be a top 10 quarterback in this
There
league.
and it's like it's streaks of games too. Like he can put it together for a little bit and then
But
when
then the problems either pop up in him mentally whenever it comes to, I would say honestly, trying to live up to the potential that we was told of him, and
yeah,
also problems up front with the offensive line, like me and Prevo were
I
yeah.
mean,
discussing.
I think he's more confident and feels like he has more of a ability to like get in his bag this year. But that's just because he has help on the outside. But like Cody's saying, he also has a hard time with his offensive line. So that could be like that battle is you're
Yeah.
gaining confidence for a good throw, and the next play you got guys in your face after half a second. So it could be like up and down. Hopefully
Yeah,
he
and
stays up though. I'd love to see him go. I mean, Clemson
I
got
like the
Clemson's
guy.
something.
Yeah, like the guy, like he's cool. He's a good guy too. And the problem is with me, and this is no shade at Travis Hunter. I think Travis Hunter is a great athlete and a great football player in general, like one of the greatest we've seen in a while. But I don't think he's the best wide receiver to take that high. Like I don't think you draft a man like Travis Hunter in the top five like that or in the top 10. I think he's maybe a first or second rounder. But I think him splitting up two different positions, like I think Golden or like Tet would have helped out, T Law a lot more than Travis Hunter. That you know what I'm trying to say there, where he's just a raw athlete. But you look at some of his routes are sloppy, which makes sense. He's focused in other areas other than wide receiver, which is fine again. But I don't know. I feel like Trevor Lawrence needed like a solidified has just been playing wide receiver, refining those routes and everything. And I feel like I mean, yeah, he's better than what they had on their roster,
I personally, I
but
think having Brian Thomas Jr. on the other side of the ball,
he's incredible.
being as prolific as he is, makes it to where there's a lot less pressure on Travis to succeed immediately. And
Yeah.
he's able to just use his athleticism, I would say, to be able to play on both sides, while I feel like it's going to be more sparingly on the defense and more so on the offense, just to be able to develop that chemistry with Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah. Yeah. And of course, like and that moves kind of, I guess, my little thoughts on the Texans. Like, I don't know if I heard it correctly, but I think it is kind of their division to lose. I think Stroud's set up to have an incredible year with his receivers coming back all completely healthy. Also, they did something. Will Anderson's going to be a beast. I think this year. I think this year is he's going to show improvement from last year, which is crazy to say that because yeah, he's been incredible.
I see him as a potential defensive player of the year candidate.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
exactly. And they have the best, one of, if not the best secondaries in the league too on the defensive side. And then they went and got Nick Chubb, which I know he deals with injuries, but maybe with a better offensive line and more help from an actual good quarterback play and not having to carry the rock so much as he did in Cleveland. I think that helps. I mean, Nick Chubb is an elite running back in my opinion still. Just give him the rock and let him get momentum and he'll go, and I think later in the game he gets better too. So I think the Texans are set up to win, and I think they probably have a maybe even a chance if Stroud has an incredible season, like I think he's slanted to have, maybe even the second seed potentially in the AFC. So I mean, I just that's no shot at anybody else in the AFC. The AFC's loaded, and I think all the winners from each AFC division has a chance to grab the number one seed. It's just I don't think the Texans have the best chance at the number one seed, but it's like they could get as high as two. I wouldn't even be.
I definitely could see that being their ceiling if Stroud is able to, I would say, build on what was an incredible rookie season. And I feel like people were saying that he regressed this past year a
The bar
lot
was set
more than he
so
actually did.
high. The bar was set so high in his rookie season.
Yeah.
I think he had a very solid year too. Very, very
Yeah.
solid. And
And he
he
was
had
just getting so many pressures on the offensive line, and they were actually able to go into the draft and address that
yeah. And
with
his wide
Ariante
receivers
Arasuri.
were never healthy last year either. Like
Yeah.
he only had a couple games where they were actually healthy. So, you know, it is what it is. But one of the kids is awake. I'm now like listening to that. Okay. Going to let's see. That wraps up the AFC South. So the AFC North. Talk about
So are we just going to go ahead and say that this division is just pretty much chalk?
I think it's Texans. I think it's chalky all the
Yeah.
way.
I
Except for 3 and 4. I think either one can be
I can see that, yeah.
yeah, 3 and 4. But
mhm.
that's my prediction. Texans won to lose, but AFC North, take it away. Start from 4, and I'll be back.
Yeah. Cleveland
All right.
Browns.
Yeah, I feel like honestly this could be one of the more interesting ones to get into because I
Mhm.
mean, starting off with the Miles Garrett extension, 4 years, $160 million
Yeah.
paying to
First of
someone
all,
that just turned 30 years old.
congratulations to the
Getting the
office.
bag.
Yeah. Wow.
Uh,
I don't know how they did
uh,
that.
yeah. They're plus 3,500 on FanDuel
Yeah.
to win the division, which is the furthest odds to win. So that
Mhm.
just kind of shows you the state of the roster at the current moment.
Yeah.
Um, win total, we're
Yeah.
looking at 4.5. And I feel like that's just also kind of off the basis of we don't really know who's going to be the starting quarterback at the end of the year. We
Yeah.
know who's starting at the beginning of the year
Mhm.
with Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
Just consistent veteran, a lot different than what they had last year in
Yeah.
Jameis, for sure.
Right. Joe Flacco also does have that sort of like revival trait. I feel like he could, if somebody's going to make it shake, it's going to be him at first.
Especially in a Cleveland Browns uniform, because what was it,
Yeah.
2 years ago? He led them to
Right.
the playoffs.
Exactly. Yeah.
Um, yeah, they were able to bring in what Mason Graham on the defensive line in the draft. I feel like that was
Mhm.
actually a massive pickup for them to pair him with
Yeah.
Miles Garrett.
That's a good player. No doubt.
And then, of course, the controversy at the quarterback spot,
Mhm.
with Dylan Gabriel being selected, and then what appears to be the ownership getting involved and telling them to select Shador Sanders immediately after.
Yeah.
Um, so if I was to ask you right now, metaphorical gun to your head, who is the quarterback at the end of the year for the Cleveland
Dude,
Browns?
I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think it's going to be Dylan Gabriel, first of all. I
Do you
don't
think
think
he gets a game in
I
this
think
year?
if it gets to a point where Joe Flacco's had 2 bad games, 3 bad games, they put Shadur in for maybe a game, let him play out, and then the next game it's Dylan Gabriel if Shador has like a really bad game.
Yeah.
Or they may do like they may just call emergency, and when they take Joe Flacco out, they split the game half and half to start. But I think if they're gonna get to a point where they're trying somebody other than Joe Flacco, they're gonna try both Dylan Gabriel and Shador Sanders.
I could potentially see that. I feel like that they would. I feel like they're not in a position to try to win now
Yeah,
going
exactly.
into this
That's
year.
yeah.
So I feel like just letting players just play out the whole games. I feel like, are you saying like split games or split like halves of a game?
Well, I'm saying like if they do anything, I'm saying either one. Like I'm just
Both will
thinking
get a
back to
chance.
yeah, I'm thinking back to the Saints after Derek Carr got hurt, where we were putting like Hayner in for half a game and then Rattler was coming in for the second half of the game, or we were playing, when he got hurt, it went like I think it was the first half, and then third quarter we had Jake Hayner, fourth quarter we had Rattler. So I think I could see him doing something like that because, like you said, nothing matters. They have nothing to lose.
True. Yeah. No, I mean, and as you can tell, with my bold prediction that I have coming into the year with this team,
Yeah.
I don't see this season going well for Cleveland. I feel like it will be a circus show, and it will continue to be a circus show
Yeah.
because I feel like Stefanski's probably not gonna make it through the year, and they're gonna finish the year on an interim coach,
I can see
um,
it.
to
Little
make
Jets
way
action.
for a certain man out in Boulder, Colorado in 2026. Let's just say that.
That would be insane.
I don't know why. I just have that gut feeling, and then we'll know who the starting quarterback is for
Yeah,
the
and then
future.
Joe Flacco is going to be buying a ranch.
Um, so moving on in the third place in the division, we're looking at the Steady Eddies, the Pittsburgh Steelers, plus 500 to win the division. Um, I honestly feel like that's about right. I don't really see them as too much of contenders in
No,
this
I don't.
division.
I think so far everybody's staying exactly where they are. The Cleveland Browns are not beating the Steelers twice or any other team for that
No,
matter, even once. So I think they're definitely staying there, and the Steelers are just not going to be as good as the Bengals. I
no.
hope not.
Uh, their win total currently set at 7.5, which is kind of interesting because Mike Tomlin has never had a losing record
Yeah.
in his head coaching career. So Vegas thinks that this is the year that that streak finally ends.
hmm
Your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think a little sprinkle on the over is definitely something that's got to be done. But
There's some sort of like magic dust that he can sprinkle on to just like eke out those like 19 to 13 games
yeah, yeah. But I
where
think
it's
part of
low
it is like,
scoring and the defense is just there.
I mean, I think Vegas is looking at sort of the Aaron Rodgers effect
Oh, for
because
sure.
I just can't imagine Mike Tomlin and Aaron Rodgers sitting in a room together and enjoying their time at this. You know what I mean? Like I just can't
What
imagine.
do they have to talk about?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like they're sitting there talking about like leadership decisions and
So you ever been to the
whatnot.
pyramids?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a I don't know if it'll be a power struggle because I feel like Tomlin's like I don't think he's either even gonna let Aaron Rodgers get
No,
that foot in the
definitely not.
door. But yeah, I don't think they're a good match.
That'll definitely be an interesting saga to see. But I feel like they were able to address some of the concerns that a lot of people had on the defensive side of the ball
Mhm.
going into the year. Alex Highsmith didn't really step up like everyone thought he was
Right.
after he had a double-digit sack season. They were able to bring in Jack Sawyer or who I cannot remember his name right now at the moment, but the Fox Sports announcer, the Jack Sawyer, the hero. Um,
That
Out
is
of Ohio
awesome.
State, they were able to bring him in, as well as Derek Harmon, just a big man in the middle of the defense, just to stop the run. I feel like we're two pretty good pickups.
Yeah. Minka Fitzpatrick sucks to lose, I guess, but other than that.
Well, I mean, they brought in Jalen Ramsey to replace him, so
Oh,
I
fair
honestly could
enough.
say
Yeah.
that that would be an upgrade on that part.
Yeah, very true.
But no, like you had said, I'm very interested to see the Mike Tomlin, Aaron Rodgers, DK
Yeah.
Metcalf
Oh, yeah,
triangle at the
that's gonna
lunch
be good.
table.
Yeah. There's definitely gonna be I think inter squad fights on the
Just
field.
DK is just going to be eating candy the whole time while the other two are just talking about space dragons, and then
Yeah,
Mike Tomlin's hair is just falling off.
yeah, that's gonna be a bad
Oh
sideline.
god. So going into second place now, looking at the Cincinnati Bengals,
Hmm.
win total 9.5 plus 260 on FanDuel.
Dang, second
Um,
place. I missed that bad.
welcome back, sir.
Oh.
All right, so would you like us to recap teams 4 and 3?
Ah, yes, please. Alexis is home now, but I don't know why he woke up. I don't understand. He was sleeping so good, but
All good,
all
sir. All right,
right.
so of course, fourth place, you're looking at Cleveland.
I
Um,
was expecting the Ravens. Hmm.
Oh yeah,
long story short, team still sucks. Bold prediction,
booty
Mr.
cheeks.
Mr. Sanders is the head coach next year, and Shador is the starter.
Bold
Um,
prediction: Shador is traded sometime in the next day or two.
Dallas.
Really?
Yeah, bold
Uh,
prediction:
all
traded.
right.
And
Who are
for
you? Like, who do you have on the secure line, bro? Who's on your Telegram?
Oh,
I think the Colts. I think the Colts will be.
honestly,
I think the
Rams, if
Oh,
Stafford's back is still not good.
oh,
agreed.
or that. I don't know. I don't
I
know.
think Shador's earned the right to at least compete for a potential future starting position, not this year but future. I think he's proven that he can. I mean, he's not a first round pick. I'm not giving. I don't think. I think he was fine drafted where he was. That's like I hate the people. It's like how could you not see Tom Brady should have been a first round? No, hindsight's always 2020. Like whatever. I think for where he was at the time with the problems he had with his like ability to play quarterback, he was a fifth round selection, and that's fine. I'm glad he's showing out, but he's showing it out against very base defenses, not a lot of stunts, not a lot of zone blitzes, more just rush four, maybe three, drop back, maybe send a simple man blitz every now and then, something with the like he's not getting thrown at a bunch as far as a bunch of different schemes, but he has shown that he can play well against what's being thrown at him. So, I all that to say Cleveland sucks. They're going to suck
Yeah,
this year. Bold prediction: Shore is probably going to get traded. So that way maybe Cleveland can prepare for next year already. And I think
that.
they'll get something. I think something maybe like a fifth round pick again, maybe a fourth, maybe something. I think, but
Yeah.
that's just me.
And then up third was Pittsburgh, plus 500.
Ooh,
The yeah, the lunch triangle of Mike Tomlin, Aaron Rodgers, and DK Metcalf.
yeah. I mean, I don't think that's
How those
bad.
meetings will go.
I don't think that's a bad place. I think because of that, I mean, who else would you put there? Maybe Cincinnati, but I think Cincinnati did enough
I feel like
to
the offensive ceiling for Cincinnati is just too high to put them any place other
agreed.
than
They
second.
they showed that they can compete for a wild card spot even with a really really bad defense, and that defense got better in the offseason.
Yep.
So I mean, I think that's fine. That's not saying the Steelers are going to be really really bad, but I think Tomlin's done. I think after this year, I think he gets fired. I think this is his first year finally going under 500.
Oh,
Maybe.
so you like the over under at 7.5?
Yeah, I do. I think over, but at 8 and 9, and I think he gets fired because it's finally time for a change. Aaron Rodgers last year, he finally retires. Mike Tomlin and him both kind of go off together. Whether Mike Tomlin goes and continues coaching somewhere else, sure, maybe, but I think that's both done. I think it's a new chapter ready for the Steelers. So, and I think the fans wouldn't mind that.
I
So
didn't see that angle, but I can definitely see it happening actually.
yeah, you know.
Yeah, and then we were about to be going into Cincinnati plus 260,
Uh,
win total 9.5. I feel like the biggest question so far this offseason is what's happening with Trey Hendrickson?
he's going to be a Panther for Icky in a third round. So I think that'd
I
be
saw
great.
that one. I don't know about that one, but we'll discuss that later.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, now Chase Brown is going to be coming the lead back. No real competition with him. Zach Moss got let go. Um,
Which Chase
they,
Brown can play, so he's a
Chase
baller.
Brown's on both my fantasy teams so far.
that's
He won.
I see potential top five fantasy
Yeah,
running back.
bought out for me at
Yeah,
the end of last season.
he won a lot of people's fantasy championships by him getting picked up or them just like, oh, Chase Brown, sure, I'll take him on my bench for a 10th round pick, and there you go. So
Yeah.
yeah, but he's a baller. So yeah, that makes sense. Defensive, what they do defensively, I know they got better, but specifically where they get. I mean, Trey's going to be a
Yeah.
big loss. That would kind of be a big step back for what they're building on the defensive side. I know that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they were able to get another edge in the draft. Shamar Stewart, who was another
That
person
was
that they were having problems signing,
a big story.
as well as the linebacker out of South Carolina, Demetrius Knight.
Ooh, okay, yeah, they did get young talent, and it'll take some development, which I think they're relying on Trey to be there, and I think that's why Stewart probably had those early little hiccups because there probably wasn't that veteran presence in that edge, outside locker room and everything in that film room and doing those studies and everything. And sure, like that's when you have a veteran doing what you're basically doing, so it's okay. So in their head, but I don't know. I think Cincinnati is Joe Burrow though has to kind of play out of his mind. He did have like,
Again,
yeah, he had an MVP year. He had better numbers than everybody, and it's just you can't give it to a team to a guy that they missed the
doesn't make the
playoffs.
playoffs. Yeah.
Which I hate that about the award because I feel like Cincinnati would be picking like top five without Joe Burrow, and the MVP is called the most valuable player. So you
Mhm.
take Joe Burrow away from Cincinnati last year. Oh gosh, like that's a bad team. That's a really bad team. So I don't know. I don't think it hinges. I think the pressure's more off of them, which I don't. I mean, it is Joe Burrow. So I hate that I had to do that, but I mean I
No,
feel
you
like he
don't.
does play well. I know he does play well under pressure, so I feel like he's gonna just bake that pressure anyway and just play better. Like he's gonna act like everyone thinks he sucks and he's just gonna play well. But in reality, the pressure is kind of off of just him. They
Yeah,
got
I
Yeah.
agree.
contracts settled, and all the eyes are on Trey Hendrickson right now. So they can. I think that offense can fly this year, but like just like they did last year. But
Well, and it's like I put with my bold prediction. I do see a world where Jamar could actually go for the Triple Crown again. I feel like the offense is still going to probably have to be scoring just as many points. Like, not just because the defense, I would say, has gotten slightly better, but they're still going to have to be in shootouts, I feel like, the majority of the time.
speaking of Triple Crown, did you know that Steve Smith won the Triple Crown whenever
2005.
whenever the Panthers were 29th in the league for pass attempts?
Yeah, it was disgusting. He was
Yeah.
literally
That's
the only
kind of
person that,
Dude,
yeah,
I
That
knew
is
Primo would like that.
crazy.
I came across that stat the other day and I was like, how could I forget that? That man won the Triple Crown when all we did was hand the ball off. That man
That is
still
insane.
Hall of Famer, please get this man into the Hall of Fame. Like he's in the top 10 for receiving yards
Show
all
me the
time.
yak.
He's 5'9". That man is 5'9". Like that's crazy that he was able to do all
Does
that.
that means I could do better than that?
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I think
yeah, yeah.
we all
Yeah,
could. Me
yeah,
too.
let's go.
No, but
Your
anyway,
Saints are hosting walk-ons.
yeah.
Let's go.
Warm up the arm. but no, yeah, I think Cincinnati's pretty. I think it'll be tight though. I think Cincinnati could easily split 1-1 with like the Steelers if Aaron Rodgers really is
Yeah.
finally having a good year because Mike Tomlin's a weird guy, Aaron Rodgers is a weird guy.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
Maybe the weirdness works, and they actually have a pretty decent year, and they go like 10-7, 9-8, or something like that. I could, what I mean. That second
Yeah.
third is going to be a very interesting race. Baltimore, though, if we want to get into that right now, Lamar has just got to win in the playoffs, and they're going to win the Super Bowl. Like
He just has to get the monkey off his back.
he does. He's got to have a Steve Young moment. He has got to have a get the monkey off my back moment like that he had on the sideline just during a playoff game. He's got it like after a big drive, game's almost over. He's got to shout to somebody to get the monkey off his back. I think they got to recreate that. What I know it's cheesy. I don't care. That man has got to win something because I like Lamar too much as a quarterback for him to never win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I think.
I feel like I have him and Josh Allen in that category right now. Where it's
Yeah.
like they're
Oh, I
probably
agreed.
the most enjoyable players I have ever watched, but they have not won anything to justify it.
They're the modern day Jim Kelly and Dan Marino, in my opinion. Just play it like guys that are just like they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. They're gonna. This is because they're always that talented. Like Dan Marino was throwing for almost 5,000 yards in an era of who the heck throws that much. Like that. That's crazy. So, but that guy's definitely gonna win. Nope, never did. Jim Kelly you go to four straight. Nope. Like it's really that's the Bills are it's going around that same pattern, and then it's almost like okay, the Ravens, it's that's the new Dan Marino basically. But I like him. I think Keaton Mitchell's going to run the ball more. I just want to throw that out there as an ECU alum.
The deep
Go
cut.
Pirates. Yeah, deep cut, deep cut. But I mean, he looks good. Cody was talking to me the other day. He said he literally, you cannot tell that he tore almost every ligament in his knee last year. He is making the same cuts, and he looks almost better. Um, through Ravens Reddit and Twitter or X, sorry. Their Ravens fans are ready to see him on the field more than their other second string, which I think is that still Hill. If
I think it's
I'm
just Cecilia.
Yeah, I think that's yeah. They don't want to see him anymore. They're kind of tired of him, is what I'm hearing, and they want to see like Derrick Henry, big guy. They want to see almost the complete opposite. That's just cutting. Like I saw this man make like 3 jump cuts in less than a second. I've never seen that happen. Like literally, boom, 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 hit a hole, and everybody freaked out in practice because he's just that good. Saw him play live. He's insane. But Baltimore, there's not really a weak spot. I would say maybe a little bit of the offensive line. If one there's not a lot of depth there, I would say would it be the problem? They have
Yeah, they
solid
health
starters.
it has to be the main factor for them,
Yeah,
I feel like.
yeah, that's about it. I mean, defensive side, they're actually they were pretty. They handled depth this past off season in free agency, I think, on defensive side, but
Yeah, dude, it looks good.
weapons
On paper, it looks good.
Yeah, well,
weapons
their
wise,
first 2 draft picks, they were bringing what Malachi Starks, the
yeah,
safety,
it was
who is basically a
immediately
Swiss Army knife, and
yeah.
then Mike Green, the defensive
Dog.
edge.
Yeah, and those are meant to be takeover starters eventually. I mean, Malachi Starks is a guy that could start right now, but
I
I
think he
mean,
is actually.
yeah, exactly. So, but these guys are going to be around a long time, and that kind of fixes the depth issue as well. Just young guys that are able to stay healthy and everything. What if a wide receiver gets hurt, they're kind of iffy there as well, but they can always address that through trades. You would kind of hope for that if you're a Ravens fan, maybe before the trade deadline, maybe hit big on a wide receiver somewhere to kind of help out and take the eyes off of that one guy out there who, Zay Flowers. I think he started to make a name for himself at the end of last season. He saw him kind of struggle early on, and then Isaiah Likely also
I was
coming.
gonna say, just for fun, what do we think about the tight end situation with the Ravens?
I could honestly see a 50-50 split. I feel like
Yeah,
Likely has earned the right to
I
get
mean,
more
yeah, you
opportunity in
you
this
can't
offense.
you can't go 5 weeks or however it felt like 5 weeks at least with
yeah.
the lead blocking Mark Andrews trying to catch a ball.
But the thing is like, but we know how good he is catching the
I
ball. I just
know.
think I here's the thing though, you can't really block with Isaiah Likely.
Yeah, he
He's
is a big
not
wide receiver.
He's to the
yeah,
bottom of it.
he just can't he doesn't have any technique like Cody said, he's just a big wide receiver that they have to get into a 3-point stance sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know. You got to have Mark Andrews in. Plus, he's still a weapon. You as a coach, you're kind of hoping as Harbaugh, you're probably like it was it was one season. He's
Yeah.
had insane years in the
I can
past.
see it being more situational than it is.
Yeah, and which is fine.
It is
I think that adds a different element to the Ravens offense that
yeah.
wasn't there in years prior when Lamar would go to the playoffs and choke and it's something else that he can choke with in the playoffs. It's just a different so um but yeah, I think it's another one of they probably go
You
they
okay?
probably they probably go 2-0 against the Browns. They probably go
I hope.
what's wrong?
I said I hope. They go 2-0 against the Browns.
Oh shoot. Okay. Well, Cody just asked if you're okay, and then I said,
No,
"Hey, I didn't
he was just
I hope."
looking
Yeah,
around
I
his
was just
room.
trying
He
to
was
find
calling
out
a
what Lamar
fly.
Jackson's going to choke on back there. That's what I was.
It's
Uh,
the playoffs, the general heat of the moment, but you know how we all do. But
Oh God.
no, I think Ravens go 2-0 against the Browns, 2-0 against the Bengals, and then even though the Bengals I think are better than the Steelers, I just think that Steelers Ravens rivalry is always a 1-1 split. I think it's whoever's at home is going to win that game. And plus it's it's December. Lamar always kind of gives up that one December game as well that people are like, uh-oh, is Lamar going to be doing
Are
this
the
in the
wheels going to
playoffs?
fall
Yeah,
off?
exactly. It's the typical, it's been happening for years, so he's got to give up one, and that's always either Steelers or like Bengals game or something. I don't think they lose to the Browns. The Browns are too dysfunctional that I don't think the Ravens can let that happen. So,
Yeah.
um, I don't know. I mean, I thought it was pretty good. Besides me being gone for like half the episode, I think I think
Chris will find out what we talked about later.
yeah, I'll have to go
It's like
back.
we actually did not talk about the division at all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
I
comes
mean,
back from space, and his responsibilities come back with him. So,
well, I landed in San Francisco. I don't want to be here at
yeah.
all, so I don't have any of my stuff with me.
How are the taxes, bro?
Dude, I taxes. I'm not paying them, bro. Like not here. I'm not paying them in California. They can. Yeah, not paying 60%, but I don't even know what it is. But it sounds about right. But anyway, I don't know. Anything else? That was pretty fast. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. We kind of blew through that. I knew we had to do two divisions, but anything else in the sports world that has happened that y'all want to talk
No.
about? It's kind of
Well, one thing I do want to say,
oh, the first football game
yeah,
happened.
you got it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry, like I said, like I told y'all before the show. Oh God,
Have you
what's
ever heard the
happening?
guy that when somebody, oh, it's Chris D'Elia or whatever, and somebody interrupts, he goes, "Oops." But no, I was just gonna say, I do want to say that Travis Hunter, I think, brings another arm and a leg to the red zone offense of the Jaguars
Oh,
because they
okay.
had a
Yeah.
trouble getting into the end zone within like 10 yards or being in the red zone in general. The running backs couldn't get in, and Ingram was poopy. So they do have a mad athlete with Travis
Yeah.
Hunter to be able to just jump over anyone for an end zone target.
And I'm pretty sure he can throw the ball pretty dang well, so they can get tricky with it. And yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like that'll be cool. And I feel like Liam Cohen is known to do that with the Bucks
Yeah,
too.
I
So
feel like he honestly has some of the better ball skills. I feel like coming out of
yeah,
the draft, like
he's an athlete.
I knew Prevost was gonna do that. No, his ability to contort in the air and adjust to the ball as it is flying by him.
Yeah.
I I don't say that he is as good as this wide receiver, but I only see that type of ability in Justin Jefferson.
Oh, okay. I see but I see what you're saying. The way he's able to athletically change direction and change his like contort.
While midair, yes.
Right. I see what you're saying.
I
Maybe
got Justin Jefferson in the eighth round of my 10-man league.
What is wrong with those people?
who
You know, so you went before him.
um
I mean, like the first four, obviously.
the eighth
The
round or the
eighth
eighth pick
round
or the eighth
Oh,
pick.
the eighth pick, the
oh
eighth pick.
my God.
I thought I was like, holy
No,
cow.
the eighth pick, obviously,
I was
obviously.
like, can I join the league late? I don't
Yeah,
know.
No,
actually.
there's no way
I,
that yeah, no
oh,
way.
dude, I would start fleecing people. Are
No,
we drafting Justin Jefferson in the eighth round?
Oh man, I know Jamar, Bijan,
yeah.
Well, that's not.
Jameer.
Saquon, Bijan, Lamb,
I
Gibbs, McCaffrey, Puka, Justin Jefferson.
I think that's a good spot for. I actually don't. I don't mind that. I think it's a good spot just because of the quarterback situation for the Vikings, and I think
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the only thing.
yeah, and so you saw what happened when Sam got hurt. That those couple games, and that was bad. Just they never got the ball. So,
Yeah.
but I was gonna say the first college football game, today, the greatest thing ever. It was awesome seeing like actual like this matters football, especially like conference game right away, top 25 ranked. Um, Iowa State's quarterback looks insane. That guy looks athletic. His pocket awareness was absolutely atrocious at the beginning of the game, but finally he kind of figured it out. I think the rain threw him off or something because there was so many turnovers at the beginning of the game. It was hysterical, atrocious, great, all at the same time. I love.
Football,
Hey, it
football.
was football, dude. I
Football.
loved. I loved every football.
Ugh.
Like I
Well,
loved
and
every
on
second.
the different end of football, Premier League started back up this past
Yes,
week.
yes, it did. And
My
time to end
team
the meeting.
Arsenal,
And on that note, guys,
5-0, just because your team lost 2-0 to Tottenham today.
Hey,
oh,
what's my team doing? What's Marseille doing? I mean, that's not the same league, but what are they doing?
What do you
Uh,
think?
I actually don't know how the French league is going right now. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's what ChatGPT said my favorite soccer team should
That
be.
is
just
amazing.
just say you're French and say you're a PSG fan. Just do it. That's
No,
fine.
I
It's
literally
easier.
that was like my thing. I was like, I don't want to cheer for PSG.
Just do it. I picked Man City. I picked Man City because I wanted to be a winner. Like, dude, I don't. And then I started following them. That's the great thing about
No, it
not
might be a
being.
sign though, because I did have a dream that I gave uh Mbappe his shoes out of my duffel bag at Topsail High School.
So you're a Real fan?
Well, I mean, okay, fair now, but I don't
I
even
guess
like
so.
no, I'm not.
That's funny.
No, that's actually fine. Don't be a Real fan. That's kind of bad. Like my thing is here's my reasoning. Just pick a good team because you have the privilege of being American and you didn't grow up over there. You have no
Yeah,
clue what's going on in Europe. Just jump in, pick a good team so that way you have fun rooting for them
Yeah,
and
it's
then
fun
learn
to
their play.
watch.
That's what I'm saying. That way it's fun to watch. I did that with Man City. I love Man City. I picked them, and guess what? We won the Champions League finally while I've been a fan. We've won the Premier League while I've been a fan. It's been a
multiple
great time.
times.
It's been a great
And
time.
now you might get relegated, or at least I hope you
Correct.
do.
Then we're gonna kill in the Championship League after we get players and we go
Oh, that's
bankrupt.
good.
And I'll just pick another one.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I won't. I told Cody. I will not do
That's
that.
funny.
Because I actually have started actually really liking Man City. It's just they've made me so angry the past 3 years because of what they've done, and I just know it's been coming. So like this past 3 years, I have not enjoyed watching Man City as much because it's just the reason I know the reason why the investigation's taking so long and the reason to come is because it's so bad. We don't know how bad. Like the punishment's gonna be
Yeah,
They
it's
bad.
do.
how severe the punishment is going to be.
So
Long story short, they were paying agents allegedly, for being able to recruit underage recruits. So you cannot recruit
with
players outside of your
with oil
academy. Yeah.
with oil money with
Um,
big
the
time oil
agents were supposedly getting bribes from the team in regards to being able to bring in these players to the program.
all
But
allegedly.
but how does that even make sense? You fake a birth certificate or something? Like how can you get
No,
money?
so you cannot try and incentivize the agent to come to your team in terms of the money.
Correct.
That would have to be done through the
Oh, so
player,
like that
not the
can't even
team.
be like
The
discussed.
And
agent the
and
agents are
with them
getting
being under the
massive
age of
kickbacks.
16, that is illegal in Europe.
Very much illegal. And the agents are getting massive kickbacks from it every
They would
single
hate
time
the
he does it.
MLB.
100%.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. Well, FIFA's so corrupt anyway, they have that but we Man City did
That's
absolutely
neither here nor there.
allegedly very badly broke the rules and it's all been there's so much evidence and proof. That's why it's taking so long.
And they're about to get relegated and they
So
were
that, but the
I
thing is,
hope.
I'm still a Man City fan. All I'm saying is, I have not enjoyed watching Man City for the past 3 years, knowing that this is all about to come crumbling down, and you can see it because everyone's abandoning ship. Everyone, Pep, is like it's bad. Like
I'll be
it's
a Tottenham fan, bro.
Don't do it.
don't do that. Actually, if you do it,
Don't do it.
please do it,
That's the
do
one
it.
Well,
thing.
I mean, that's
Remember
fine because
at like
apparently,
it was
go
like
ahead.
Christmas or whatever. I was talking to Cody. I was like, bro, who should I cheer for? And he was like, just don't be a Tottenham fan.
Arsenal hates Tottenham's, and
Yeah.
Oh,
Tottenham
is that
hates
why?
Arsenal.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
they
they're our
bad.
biggest rival. It's the North London Derby, and the best part is Tottenham was, I believe, recruiting a player for 17 days named Eberechi Eze, and Arsenal came in and signed him within 2 hours, and we just announced him today at the Emirates, and yeah, he
Little
did
Ted
not want to go to
Lasso moment
Tottenham.
right there, bro.
He did
The
not want to go to Tottenham. Let's just say that.
yeah,
So it's
Arsenal.
good to see him back at the club.
Yeah, Arsenal's pretty cool. I actually like when Arsenal wins. I'd rather Arsenal win than Tottenham
That's
as well.
German,
Like a
right?
lot of
Arsenal?
people hate Tottenham.
England.
Uh,
What?
I thought Arsenal was German.
No,
No,
no, no, no,
it's
no.
England. It's the English
It's
Premier League.
another London team. Chelsea's a London team. Uh, Tottenham's a London team. Arsenal's a London team. There's so many in London.
Yeah.
But
We ain't got to go through all of them.
yeah, there's so many, which is crazy that you can fit that like the stadiums are huge. That's how big soccer is over there. That like so many teams can be in London, and 80,000 plus are showing up to these
And they all play in
games.
a separate home
Yeah,
stadium.
Yeah.
yeah.
Holy crap.
That's why London was able to like play. That's why London was able to host the Olympics so easily because they
Yeah.
had so many of these stadiums. So just like, yeah, we're just going to renovate it a little bit and we'll be good to go.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
But 2026 World
No,
Cup.
have you
Looking
guys
forward to it.
seen? I bet Cody's seen it, but the like footy scran Instagram. Oh my God, dude, I gotta show you guys this stuff. You know what that
And
means?
that's our take on the AFC North.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can do this. We can do this
all
after.
right. Well, until then, everyone, Cody, take it away.
So long and stay average.